What is up, guys? I am Morph. If you are new to the channel, I do 90-day fiance interviews and recaps. So if that's something you like, hit the subscribe button and let's get into it. Today we got Mary Wallace with us from Knoxville, Tennessee. So she's going to be talking with us about today's episode. So let's get into it. Okay, guys, we are back. Mary, thank you very much for being here. I know it was a struggle to get you here.
Yeah. I had things to do.
So who do you want to go with first?
Ooh, let's go with Gino and Jasmine.
Gino and Jasmine. What you got?
Okay, so Gino and Jasmine are a little bit of an odd couple. What I saw this past week was Gino and they had went shopping and she was just like, this, put this on, put that on. I've had lots of female friends that do this often. All they want to do is like dress them up and it's like this, their own personal Ken doll. And they try to like fit them into this mold of what they want to be seen with. And that's the vibe that I got from Jasmine. What she was trying to do is like trying to like make him this perfect little Ken doll for her own benefit. The money like for these clothes, that
was an obscene amount of money for clothes. Like, look, I will, no joke, I will look on Amazon, and if a pair of pants is over $25, I'll grieve myself to death if I gotta pay that.
Well, I agree with you. Sorry, I've got a Tic Tac in my mouth. I agree. I mean, women's clothes are expensive. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't imagine going into a store and spending $500 on clothes. I'm not like that. I'm not super materialistic.
Right.
I like nice things. Absolutely. I do. Of course. Yeah, sure. But $500 is a lot when you're unemployed, you know?
And, Gino had pointed out that he had been, unemployed for 7 months on this episode. So yeah. I kind of wonder, like, how did he afford the trip? Or why was this trip such a priority? If he is having money struggles, which, they didn't say he's necessarily having money problems or struggles, but if he might be having some money problems, though, like they didn't say he's having struggles, but he did say he couldn't afford to be elaborate. I would say was fair assessment.
Right. Well, my question is, and I'm going to make a generalization, and I really don't want this to come back on me thinking that I'm, stereotyping, but I kind of am. So what I've known from Colombians is they are a little materialistic. That's my personal experience, what I've seen. And she's kind of doing the same thing. I've noticed that with her. I've seen it. And of course, I've known it in my personal life too. Right. So my question is he being honest with her? Because if that's something that she likes and that's something she wants to continue in her life, is he being honest with his financial struggles? Is he going to be able to financially support her and provide the life that she wants? And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's who you are, that's what you want, fine. But is he able to do that? Will he be able to do that? Is that something he can provide? It's kind of like
you have to pick and choose what's important to you. Like,
right.
If money and possessions, if that's what you like, then you need to find someone who can provide that.
Exactly. But on the other side of that was with him, is she someone who's going to be understanding of her personal, of his personal finances or his struggles or whatever, and be there through thick and thin? Because that's a part of a relationship that people forget, that, hey, we have ups and downs with relationships, and money and finances are sometimes a part of that. And the number one thing for divorce is what? Money. And, so, is that something that they talk about, or are they going to talk about? Or,
going on from that, I mean, they got a lot more trouble besides just maybe possible money, or, well, we won't call it money. Say it's like personality complex.
Well, that too.
Because I mean, it can be. It's, yeah. Some people like personality, or like personality. Some people like money.
She's what I've seen. So she's a little jealous.
Oh
and I don't
my
even want to say like, and I think little is being nice.
From your experience on the show, TLC doesn't always portray everyone accurately. Like,
I agree. I firsthand know.
Yeah, you know that for a fact. So I always try to be fair about that because now that I know that, knowing you and Jeffrey and the others, what I'm kind of wondering though is why Gino had to put her on FaceTime if he's going in to order food, but she can go to her stylist and that be her best friend in the world. And on top of it, it's a dude.
I have dude friends. We know that I have dude friends. One of my best friends is a dude, and we already know his name. So, I mean, I can have dude friends.
Yeah, but you're not in a relationship with someone who's insanely jealous. And it just, to me, what I'm saying is that it's just kind of a double standard. Like, she can have her stylist friends, yet he can't go order food. Or if you saw the episode where they were eating and he tried to tip the waitress. Right. And that turned into an ordeal.
But okay, so with that, I don't really understand the culture. Do you tip there?
I don't know. I don't know the culture either. So
yeah, I don't really know that. I don't know. I hate to be sound like an idiot, but I don't know.
That's irrelevant because she outright said that you have a thing with the waitress. She said that.
Well, I know that, but maybe she didn't mean it in that way. Maybe she meant it as, and I'm speculating, obviously.
Right.
Because if they tip, if that's a country that tips, then her comment is a little crass. But if not, then it could be perceived like, we don't tip here. What are you doing?
Right. So, right. No, I agree. It's just, you don't know until you talk to the person. Yeah. That's really what it is.
And they cut a lot of stuff out. What did he say to her? You know what I mean? Like, what else did she get from that? So you don't know.
Yeah, I guess we'll hopefully find out later.
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to their portion of the tell-all. Because if Jasmine is there in person, which I really hope she can be, she'll flip a table. And that's going to be the greatest thing in the world.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Wouldn't it? That'd be a great tell-all.
It would be.
I'm going to encourage it. We should start like a hashtag or something, like flip the table.
Oh my God.
So you guys hear that out there? If you see this video and you're on Instagram, hashtag flip the table. That's what we're going for. We want to see Sean freak out.
All right. So next we've got Caleb and Alina.
So this is one of my favorite couples on here. I cover them almost every episode I've done, I think. I talk to Caleb almost daily at sometimes. He seems like a good dude. A lot of people don't like him because there's a lot of stuff going around on the internet. You know how them internets do.
Oh, I know how them internets do. Them internets can suck a big toe. So
Thank you for keeping that PG.
You're welcome. That's for all you kids out there.
So the kind of the big thing on this episode would be that, going to see Alina's friend when they had dinner. And I gotta say, like, I really like Caleb because the friend starts kind of getting up in the business like we normally see on here. And now this is the second time that he shut them down, saying, this is something between us, like, mind your business.
Right.
And
well,
he's not necessarily saying that, but he might as well be. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I was one of the friends that was like, what are you doing? Right. So I get it. I get where the friends are coming from. But at the same time, Jeffrey had to go and do his thing. So did he. He has to go. He has to work it out. This is his life, his partner, his choice. You know what I mean? So if he wants to go meet her, go meet her. Go do your thing. Like, if, whatever it is, he's right. It is his choice. It is his decision. It is those conversations are between the two couples, end story.
Right.
Go ahead.
So how do you feel about it? So, like I said, you were the phone a friend.
Yep.
So how is that with somebody that, like, you were trying to get in there too, like you said it on the show. What about me? So
you already know this, and I've said this many times. That was like a joke between us two that went too far Fine. What do you want me? Okay, let's back
No,
up.
no. Like what I was gonna say is, being the friend that has been in that situation where you're kind of the one looking out for your friend.
Yeah.
How how is it on, I guess, that side of the fence is what I'm really trying to get at. Like,
well, I with any person in my life, friends, family, whatever.
yeah.
I the advice that I give is going to be honest. It's going to be something that I want you to understand this, and you see this and you understand, right?
Right.
Because I'm never going to hold back an opinion of something that they may not necessarily want to hear. But I want you to say, hey, you see this, right? You understand this, right? Yes. Cool. All right. Whatever. Just keep this here. Remember, this is the way that it is. And if you just decide to make that decision, I want you to understand my position. It's just like when Morpheus said, here's the red pill or here's the blue pill. Which one are you taking? It's ultimately your choice. I'm not forcing you. You have that choice. And that's the way that I offer my advice. Alina and Caleb woke up together the next morning.
Yeah, they did.
I have lots to say about this.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so he woke up in a super good mood. He even said, I woke up in a great a good day, whatever. He woke up in a good mood. She was wanting to pick a fight.
You think so?
When she woke up.
You think she was wanting to pick a fight, or she just was really wanting to get this out of the way so maybe they could talk about it and move on and have a better day?
Maybe. But the way that I saw it, it was in the first thing in the morning. And you wanted to start the day out that way. You wanted to start off with that. Does that make sense? I feel like it could have waited till the end of the night, and when the end of the day, when you're about to start sexy time again, and then have that conversation.
Yeah, but wouldn't that kind of ruin the mood?
I don't know. Not my mood to ruin. Don't care. But I was just wondering why right in the first thing in the morning. I mean, I guess it's right then, nip it in the bud. I get it. But I love how Caleb redirected her.
Yes.
It was
it's effortless. I mean, just
man.
The way he got her right into a good mood and got her right into the feeling.
Right, exactly. And the way that he handled that situation was so nice. He redirected her so well. He did. And I was like, oh, that's so nice. He met her with no anger, no malice, no whatever. He was straightforward. And he's like, hey, I'm having a good day. I woke up. I'm rested. Yesterday was not rested. He explained his emotions. He explained his feelings. He said, hey, we're going to have a good day. Here's this. I understand you didn't get your cuddles. Here's your cuddles now. So he heard her without a whole bunch of words. He heard what her needs, what she wanted and what she needed. He offered that. He said, let's squash this now and let's move forward with a good day. That was fucking fantastic. What are we talking about now? Ella and Johnny?
Ella and Johnny. There wasn't a lot to say with Ella and Johnny. Like, he's having trouble getting his visa to Singapore so he can get over here because he has to quarantine for 10 days. Oof. But, that's... for me, Ella's a little strange. She's into the cosplay and all that stuff. And you can see I have swords on my wall, but they're more for display. I collect movie replicas. So, but I'm not getting down in my underwear and like fighting with them.
I mean, to each their own. I like cosplay occasionally.
Are you a cosplayer?
I mean, I like to dress up in outfits.
I don't.
Look, I like what I like. All
right. Awkward.
It's for my own personal enjoyment.
You just stand in front of a mirror and then flip your hat up like
Look, this isn't a Buffalo Bill thing. No, I don't. Oh, no.
I mean, so what do you think about her anime sex video chats?
Hey, you know what? People pay good money for that kind of thing.
They do. That's the same thing that I thought. Like, she could be making bank right now.
Oh yeah, especially because cosplay is big amongst. I mean, I don't want to say amongst people. We'll say that it's cosplay is a big thing, and I mean, if you fancy their whatever, yeah, absolutely, they're gonna pay for it because it's kind of a niche,
Then who else? We got Memphis and Hamza.
Yeah.
Hamza. I had it wrote down here. I mess that name up every time I say it. So
Hamza. Okay. I don't even know where to begin with this because I have lots of feelings. He really likes her boobs. It's a little uncomfortable. I'm like, do you
sexy
not see she has eyeballs, sir? You want to comment that? And she's got a pretty smile and she's actually got a really nice looking face. What are you just doing? Just commenting on her boobs?
It would trip me out, like if even as a man, like if a woman, the only thing she could really say to me would be sexy time.
Yeah.
Like that. Like I'd start feeling cheap after a while.
Used, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, I understand their culture that it's a little different. They're supposed to wait till they're married, or I get that. But man alive, it's just like he's definitely one track minded right now.
It's not just that, like it's like that's a fetish almost for him.
Oh yeah.
Like he's obsessed with it, just like you said. Like I'm surprised he doesn't just walk it around doing this right here.
Right? I know. Like, oh my gosh, we need to get you one of those. What are the stress balls, the big stress balls?
If they're still together, he's got big stress balls now.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, if they're still together, he's got that covered.
Ugh. Yeah. Well, how did you feel about him sneaking into her room?
Shame on him, but
that's what I think.
Shame on him, but it's shame on her too.
Well, I know, of course, she's just
she played her role, but you can't say who's more to blame because they both are. They're grown adults.
I agree with you, but at the same time, it's his mama, his house.
Agreed.
Okay, so not only did he disrespect his mama, he disrespected, her house and all of that, and he imposed on what was her name again? Memphis. He imposed on Memphis and put her in a situation that disrespected the house and the mom. So he disrespected
but she
everyone.
Is a grown woman. She can say no.
I know that, but I mean, we all have needs, and I get that. And I mean, she could have kicked him out. You're absolutely right. But ultimately, I think he was the one who was most at fault.
Yeah.
And she is the guest, and she, I get that, but he was the one who disrespected everyone in that house.
I agree. He put her in a precarious situation.
Absolutely.
Outright pissed his mama off.
Yep.
But she allowed herself to look bad, because even if they did sexy time in the bedroom, he still could have left and went back to the couch. Both of them could have said, or she could have went and told mama, but I mean, she ain't no snitch. So,
well, kudos to, the mom for even allowing her to stay there.
Damn sure
she could have said no.
You come in and the first night you're there, you disrespect my house.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
That's exactly what I would have said. And don't think for one second that I wouldn't have went in there and jerked my son out by his ears if
I'd have walked in there.
Yep.
Why? Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
I wouldn't have had to kick her out because she would have been so scared.
Yep.
That she would have left herself.
I don't think I wouldn't have been short, or she wouldn't have got attitude. She definitely would have got attitude from me.
Hell, we're friends and I get attitude from you.
Yeah, this is true. You do. The next one we're going to do is Mikey and Ximena. Okay. I hope I pronounced that right. I don't really know what to say. I don't know how I feel about this couple.
Well, so here's what's going on with this couple, at least in my perspective. Mikey B has basically furnished her apartment. He's bought coffee tables, couches, I think washer and dryers, refrigerators, eating tables. Like, I mean, this dude like furnished the apartment.
What does this guy do for a living?
Fireman, I think he was.
Oh, okay.
Fireman. Oof. But not only that, but I think he also helps pay the rent.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, wait, I think he helps pay the rent.
Wait, isn't there a word for this?
I try not to put labels on people.
Gold digger. Sorry.
Because she ain't nothing but a gold digger.
Something by my throat. Sorry about that.
But, you know, on today's episode, we find out that that she can't have kids, and that's a big part of what Mikey wanted.
I know. So, you know, we talked about deceit earlier.
Right.
This is major deceit. The way that I feel about it is there are things that you talk about in a relationship when you first start dating someone. Do you want kids? Like, do you want to get married? Do you want, you know, what are your financial expectations? Like, what are your beliefs? What do you believe politically? These are types of conversations you have on a first date, because that's, you know,
that determines the second date.
Right. I totally agree with you.
So, yeah.
If you're not compatible, then you're wasting my time.
Right. Well, and here's the thing. She lied to him.
I know.
Yeah, she just outright lied. There's no sugarcoating it. There's no. Well, I omitted this. No, she just outright like, yeah, I don't have kids.
That's called deceit. And if you're doing that in the very beginning and you're lying about something like that, what else can you lie about? What are you capable of? And I think that's what bothers me. I'm like, oof, that's rough, man. I mean, I understand she likes him and she's like trying to figure it out. I get it. And she's like, man, I really like him. I don't want to lose him. I get it. I get it. But at the same time, if he's not your person, throw him back. It's not fair. You know, you're wasting your time and you're blocking yourself.
Mike actually seems like a sweet guy. Like, like he's not loud. He's kind of bashful. He just seems like a genuine guy. I don't know. I like him.
Did you see the part? Oh, I got to say this. This is so funny. There was a part where like he gets up to go change clothes or whatever, and she picks up his underwear from the floor and she's like, oh, these are disgusting.
Yeah. Yes.
I started laughing. I was like, were you not just bumping uglies with him and you're calling like his underwear disgusting? Like, what? Where do you think those underwears were touching, woman? I mean, well, they weren't on his head, so I don't understand. What did you? Oh, these are disgusting. What? I was so
like his drawers, man. Well, I don't know what to say.
Maybe she's talking about just the underwear, the way that they look. They're disgusting.
Hey, you know what? TLC does cut a lot of stuff out. Maybe there's some skid marks in there or something that we couldn't see.
I don't want to know.
You brought it up.
I was just saying, I thought that it was kind of rude that she thought that his underwear was disgusting when we were
just a long trip, you know,
just bumping ugly.
With her, what confuses me the most out of both of them. So did you see the part where her dad says like, oh, he's going to have to be this and he's going to have to be this and this and he's going to have to be such a good guy to date my daughter. This old girl got knocked up in prison.
She sure did.
So like,
because
where were you then?
Right?
How you gonna put this dude through the rigors? And you like on today's episode, they talking about the hitman she dated.
I know, and she went to prison because of it.
I know that her ex-husband or boyfriend or something's in prison right now. Oof. And so maybe that's the hitman. I don't remember. But yeah, old girl gets is dating hitmen and drug dealers and all. And you worried about Mikey B, who's a firefighter from upstate New York?
Yep. Come on. Because they're just, you know, those firefighters. They do have a calendar, don't they? I'm asking for a friend.
Well, the last person we're going to talk about is you.
No, we're not.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Because we were supposed to do a show, and this show wasn't even my idea. This was your idea. And tell me what I got a text message about the other night, Mary.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mary, come on.
Mm-mm. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I can put it on the screen.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh, I would. Do you want to talk about it, or you want me to show it?
What? Okay, sure. Yeah. What do you got? What do you want?
Are we seeing a certain someone now?
I see a lot of people.
Specifically that, might call me the paparazzi?
I neither confirm nor deny.
So we're still doing a show?
We're doing one now. So yeah. Well.
Oh, I'm not going to let you out of it. Because this will make the third time you've canceled on me.
I've got issues. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. I've got issues.
Is that what we're going to title this show? I've got issues.
Yeah. Commitment issues. I have issues. I have commitment issues.
So you're admitting that you have commitment issues, yet you're in a possible relationship with a certain someone? That's not Jeffrey. I want to make that clear. It's not Jeffrey.
No, we already know Jeffrey's in love with Varia. We've known.
Yeah.
When I went on that date with Jeffrey, they completely dogged the dress that I wore because it was like all different colored and striped, and they didn't like it.
Like a native dress comment.
It was it's actually a really nice dress. It probably didn't translate well online or on TV. And when I look back at it, I see it. I'm like, oh, I could see what they see. But when you actually see it, I got a lot of compliments that night at that restaurant. So it's a nice dress.
Okay, guys. So that's what we got for you now. Mary, you want to come back one day?
Sure.
Well, I may be coming out your way in a couple weeks.
Okay. Well, great. Just let me know when, and I'll be available.
Okay, guys. So that's what we got for you. Mary, thank you so much for being here. And we'll see you guys next week for another episode of 90 Day Fiance.
Hi, thank you.